Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you're doing great. Let's continue with this journey. So, this stream was not in my stream schedule, unfortunately. I wasn't really sure whether or not I was going to stream this morning, but I just, I want to continue with this game. Also, the thing is, I want to sort of go out into the open world a bit more. I know we just defeated like the first true boss or whatever, Margit, yesterday at the end of the stream, so I should continue with Stormvale Castle, but I still feel that I kind of brute forced my way through this boss. So I actually want to check out a couple of other things, right? I want to check out a couple more areas in the game, see what kind of other stuff there is in Limgrave, right, which is the first area. I want to explore it a little bit more, find out a couple more things, and hopefully prepare myself a little bit more for what's to come. Yo, hi! How are you? Just starting up here. Yeah, I want to go out into the open world a bit more, and I'm not quite sure if I should level first. I definitely want to get that cool looking crossbow thing working, and so I would need a bit more dexterity for that. I don't really know if I should spec into that at all, but I think I'm just going to do it. I mean, the crossbow looks really cool. And other than that, I think that I'll... well, I mean, I really, really want to unlock that first area as well. Like in the gravesite thing where we start the game, right next to the tutorial cave. But I need 8,000 runes for that. I mean, I could just farm them, I guess. Let's see how many we get by just exploring the open world, and then I'm gonna decide on what I'm gonna do with them. I still feel that I'm slightly underleveled for the bosses that I attempted, just purely based on how much HP they had. So, speccing into Dex and also buying these dagger stone sword things for 8,000 runes might be not the right decision in terms of level strength. But we'll see, I guess. Let's get into it and let's explore the rest of the world. Let's see what else there is. Okay. We're about 14 hours in. Oh, right, I locked out on the round table hold. I didn't really do anything after stream. I just switched places to have like a chill start, I think. Oh, thanks for the follow, by the way. Yeah, so I guess I don't know if there's it is a bit hard to tell whether or not these people might have some sort of additional information for me. I don't think they will necessarily at this point. Did I still have? No, I spent my runes yesterday, so I mean, there wouldn't even really be anything that I could do here. Also, although, let me actually check that. I'm still slightly confused about my status. So there's multiple things that we could be doing. I mean, I explored sort of this area yesterday, except for I didn't defeat this Evangel boss. But I kind of want to go down here and see what this area has to offer. The question is now, obviously this is the starting area, so I've seen most of this up until here. So we could either go and explore this side of the map. I don't know how much really would be here. I'm kind of inclined to check out both the beach. No idea if we're able to get to this place. That might be a cool thing. And then we could also sort of go into this general direction, check out these marshlands and whatever happens here. There's clearly a cave marked on the map here as well, so that might be something to check out. And then slowly work our way towards this general area. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And then depending on what we see, or depending on how difficult that area might be, I'll then decide on whether or not it might be more beneficial to continue with Stormvale Castle, or if I should just stay here and explore a bit more. Yeah. So that's the general plan. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? In order to explore, let's just go here and go down the left side towards the beach. I saw a couple of, I think it was giant crabs or something on the beach, so that's probably going to be fun. I talked to you yesterday, didn't I?
What's the matter? Aren't you supposed to be earning your...
Yeah, we already heard that. Still slightly confused what actually triggers the round table and you being able to go to it. Not that it really matters in the end, it's just certainly an interesting choice that it just, well, seemingly randomly happens, right? Also, maybe I just made a mistake yesterday with the other summoning pool, that I thought I had activated it, but actually didn't. Because clearly this just stays active, apparently, right? So, I wonder what that was about. Because I thought that I had to activate it like twice or something. But I don't think that's actually true. I had this effect yesterday as well at some point. Oh shit, it's not. I think... The problem is this screen doesn't display current, like, status effects on you, right? There's clearly some buff going on. You can see in the top left. Maybe it's whenever these leaves fall down, you get some sort of buff of grace. Maybe? I mean, it seems to be sort of the easiest explanation for it. I wonder what it does. I wish you could actually take a look at your buff bar in more depth. And maybe you can, and I just missed how to do that? It's the inventory, equipment, crafting, status. Because you can't scroll to the top, right? And there's also no way to change this screen. Because I was wondering as well, what the heck that red square is. That's clearly a debuff. No idea where it comes from, though. I mean, I don't have anything... What? What? When did the game give me a second talisman slot? Do you just... What? Okay, now I'm really confused. I didn't have this the last time I checked my inventory yesterday. I mean, it's cool that it's there. What's the deal with this? Do you just get them whenever you defeat, like, a strong boss or something? I mean, not that this talisman will do anything for me since I don't have a bow yet, but... Huh? Okay, this is equally confusing as the choices that they've done with the spirit summonings. Where it was really... I'm still really confused what the spirit summonings are supposed to be. Oh, wait, let me... What if I unequip this one? No, that's... So yeah, the status thing all the way on the right, that's the arrows, or arrow range from the talisman. The one in the middle is whatever's going on with the Earth Tree and this golden glow that we're getting. And then if I equip the Fire Talisman, Flame Drake Talisman, I also get all the way on the right, defense up or something. I guess it's kind of a generic symbol for all defensive things going on. But what's the one on the left? I don't have anything equipped that has a debuff on it as far as I know. I mean, we can unequip this. I don't think it's this either, right? No. Maybe it's some sort of area effect? I wish it would tell me what it does. I mean, it's fine if the game wants to be a bit more secretive about this stuff. But since it's actually displaying it, I wonder... Controls, swap screen, this gives you this one. Also, these people are still... Are they screaming again? Yeah, they are. So my theory yesterday that it might be the rain that makes them screaming is not true. Maybe it's the Earth Tree with these falling things, or maybe it's the night. That might also be a thing. I don't think I paid attention to that yesterday, whether or not they only screamed at night or at day. What a weird thing, though. Yeah, okay, the golden thing stopped because the leaves stopped falling. Okay. No idea what it does, but at least that's easily explainable. I don't think that debuff has anything to do with multiplayer either. I want to know what that could be. I mean, I could literally... Let me unequip my... No, that's not it. I lose sexy butt. Okay, so it's clearly not something from my armor. Unequip the bolts. It's clearly not that either. It's also not that. Also not that. So it's nothing from my actual equipment. Which is weird. So it has to be some sort of area effect or something else. But I mean, we weren't necessarily... Did we get like... Yeah, no idea. Also, I had this debuff for quite a while yesterday, right? So it's not necessarily connected to the boss or anything. And the symbol... Oh, sorry. The symbol literally doesn't tell you anything, which makes it even more strange. And I didn't notice anything being off. That's the other thing as well, right? There's nothing sort of wrong about my character, seemingly. And now the leaves start falling again. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I mean, if they show you debuffs and buffs, you know, you could as well just explain what they do. You can't press anything on this menu screen. can get an explanation here. I don't think there is a way on this screen to get into the explanation stuff, right? I mean, pressing the touchpad doesn't do anything here. Oh, let's just craft a couple more of these. Huh. Since I have them. Also these, probably. And equip them as well. Oops, wrong song. Especially the darts were pretty beneficial, I felt like. Did I take a look on this ruin? I don't think there's anything up top, but might as well check it out, huh? I don't think we can get to it, though. Anything interesting on it? Not really. I mean, most of these ruin pieces that apparently fell from the sky have very similar ornamentations on them, right, and decorations. Not necessarily something that you can really make out, though. Like, nothing that really stands out as something, you know, particularly special or oh, hi, in any way important. There's quite a lot of these giants in the world as well. Did not really expect that. Oh, for a second there I thought there was like a claw on the right on that ruin, but it's just 3 birds. Why? Oh shit, that was... oh, that was a lot faster. I'm not the biggest fan of how the camera works in these... ah, shit. Maybe I should... I did not expect... yeah, it's a bit hard. So if you... nope. I feel like, honestly, it's easier to fight them while being locked on. But sometimes the camera just does very weird swings that are very unexpected. How did I not die to that? See, in this case I had no idea what he was actually doing. Oh, he ran against the... he ran against the rocks, I think? Oh well, and he gives you back 2 charges of your flask. And once again, he drops absolutely nothing. I mean, I guess they can probably drop something, I'd imagine, right? I'm just getting unlucky here. Yeah, that is slightly annoying, right? If you lock on, it's very, very easy to keep track of your opponent, and overall it's just easier to fight. It's less of a struggle, I feel like, but at the same time, the camera, because they're moving fairly rapidly, even these big enemies, the camera just swings around wildly, right? But if you don't lock on, it's almost impossible to see what kind of attacks they're using. I wish there would have been, I don't know, I mean, since the camera rotates with them, right? Obviously, there's kind of not a way around it being like that. I mean, the camera's not bad. I would say it's even better than in other FromSoft games in terms of like keeping track of your enemies or something. But I mean, it's also their insistence on constantly creating this huge enemies. Oh, what's that? Huh? You see that, like, glowing path? I wonder if that's some kind of sand monster or something. I can summon spirits again. Yeah, the summoning spirits thing, I'm a big fan of it, like, as an idea. The problem that I have with it is that, well, it kind of tips you off, first of all, about there being some sort of bigger boss enemy, I guess, right? Because, at least so far, from what I've gathered, I was mostly able to summon them when I approached an area with a world boss, or in the case of the actual boss, I was able to summon them behind the fog gate, right? Once I entered the boss arena. So spirits seem to be mainly there to summon for boss fights. But yeah, the fact that they're kind of tipping you off about that as well is... Let's actually try these this time. Hi. What up, boys? Looking kind of confused. Why are they blinking? Huh? Am I... What? What does that mean? Were they blinking because I was leaving the area where I can summon them? That would be even weirder if they can despawn. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I'm not saying, obviously, I have to, like, find out more about it, but it just seems a bit weird to me that they would restrict these things so much. I mean, they still cost resources. If they felt like they were too powerful, they could have just increased their resource cost or something. What a strange way of doing this. See, now they're blinking again. So, that has to be something else then, not a boss. But what's the point of summoning them? I mean, these are probably fairly powerful enemies, but clearly not a world boss. At least I don't think. Are they even attacking me? What are they? Some kind of turtle tentacle? Whoa! Okay. They have a... Oh, okay. Ah, okay. So you have to hit their head. What's this weird sound that I was hearing? That sounded like I'm underwater for some reason. Kind of a cool sound effect. Land octopus ovary. I need that for some crafting item, right? Puffy, milky, white ovary of a land octopus. Ugh. Land octopuses eat humans in order to bear young. And theirs is the blood that runs through these ovaries. Okay. Right, I needed it for the cured meat. Which still is something that I don't think is all that great in terms of what it does, especially if you have to defeat these things here. But why am I able to summon spirits here? I don't... Huh? Clearly, that can't just be to defeat these weird squid things. Or is it? What exactly is the problem here? Or the deal with these things? Oh shit. Okay. Weird. I thought the other one wasn't really able to hit me while I was standing in front of it. Maybe I just got lucky? Ah, shit. Now everything else is respawned as well, right? I wish what it was with these spirit summonings. I mean, at least explain it in a way that, you know, lets the player know how it works exactly, because this is just weird. Especially since it seems like they can despawn. I mean, what's the deal with it then? I mean, I'm definitely able to jump down here. Also, yeah, as I said yesterday, the fact that everything immediately respawns. I mean, yes, I died, right? In Dark Souls, blah blah, things respawn. But since it's an open world, this is just kind of a bit more, I don't know. I mean, you can just run by him here, for example, right? So, why exactly does he respawn? Where are my runes anyway? Or shit. Right next to it. I guess let's grab them first, shall we? Is there anything on this rune? Doesn't seem to be the case. I don't know how strong these nobles actually were. I am kind of surprised that they didn't die. I thought that since they're these like normal looking enemies that you can defeat very easily, I thought that their health might be fairly low, but they actually survived quite a lot. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Are these passive? Thought I rolled at the correct moment. It's a bit annoying how you have to get in front. And surf. I was weirdly stuck on that right tentacle, so I wasn't able to get in front for some reason. Yeah, now what's it? It's kind of weird. You can sort of get stuck in front of him. Oh, that's why it wasn't. Oh, okay, now I get it. Can you please? Why? Huh. It didn't activate the critical attack for some reason. Strip of white flesh. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Thin strips of flesh taken from a bloodless creature. The dried meat toughens the constitution, boosting resistance. It's known for its long-lasting effect. Wait, these things don't have blood in them? Since they're octopuses, maybe? This very much looks like it does, though, but maybe that's some sort of, you know, womb liquid? I'm still... Like, why are you able to summon these nobles here? What is the reasoning behind that? I guess let's just see what happens when you... Seriously? Let's see what happens when you, when they're blinking. I mean, I think they'll just fade out of existence, essentially. But it's certainly a weird thing, I feel like. Yeah, they just disappear. Oh, these look kind of cute. They almost look like penguins. I'm not a big fan of the way they're handling these spirits right now. I feel like they should have... What's going on here? I feel like... Well, either they should clearly restrict them to actual bosses. No idea what this is about. Either they should restrict them to actual boss fights, or they should just make you able to summon them at any time. Because this honestly feels a bit... Well, it just feels bad, right? Because you see the symbol and you think to yourself, well, cool, I can summon them, right? So I'll do that. But it's not sort of obvious what kind of area they're supposed to be in and why. Because obviously I've never, you know, I don't know what's here. I'm exploring this for the first time. So obviously I won't know where I can summon them and why. And that just... Well, now I've wasted FP, essentially, right? I mean, yeah, they did help me with that one octopus thing, but... yeah, I don't know. What a weird choice. I mean, I was speculating about whether, like, maybe you can later on extend the range of them or something, right? But I don't even know... I mean, the bell tells you... Let me actually reread that. Maybe I missed something yesterday. I don't think I did, but... If we read the bell, right, it says, spirits can only be summoned in the vicinity of a rebirth monument. Now, the problem here being the game never explained what a rebirth monument might be, right? And it's clearly not a site of grace, because there is none here on the beach, at least none that I found. So it's just incredibly confusing as to why you would be able to summon them there, unless it's somehow connected to that island. But once again, what's the place of rebirth in this case? Such a weird choice, isn't it? Well, that's an enemy. Are they sleeping? What are you doing here, buddy? Well, is he an enemy? try stealth. I guess he is. Oh, he was actually sleeping. Huh. Oh yeah, I forgot that they buff themselves through screaming. It's actually pretty cool. Strip of white flesh. Huh. What a weird dead body. Why why was he sitting next to it, and why do these dead bodies carry these octopus materials? What does that mean? I mean, that can be sort of very innocent. They could have just been fishers or something, right? Or it could be something really weird with them birthing, like, mer people things. I think you'll just die, right? If you venture... Like, this clearly looks like the edge of the world. Which makes me think that you're not able to swim, which would be kind of disappointing, to be honest, but in this case, maybe it works as some sort of border to the world. Praise the rump. What's that supposed to mean? Is there nothing here? Dastive? The fuck? Could this be a lake? Looks more like the ocean. Huh. So... what exactly is the deal here? Why even... That seems weird. They even have this place here, right? I was thinking that maybe this enemy being here, being placed here, is some sort of way to lure you in and make you interested about this area, but then you're here and there's just nothing here. What a weird place. Although I still haven't figured out what this white thing is about. I mean, the sound that it makes is very similar to these scarabæus things that can replenish your flasks. So I wonder if it's something similar. Huh. Attacking. Yeah, do I have to attack it? I tried multiple times. Maybe I just missed it? Let's see. It's always taking the same path as well, right? Well, that clearly didn't work. Somebody is, like, using their horse to... I don't know. Is that maybe how you're supposed to do this? It's actually pretty fast as well. Faster than I thought it would be. It's faster than my horse. There has to be something more to it, I feel like. What a weird thing. Secret scarab ahead. Oh yeah, so it is a scarab, but is it too fast? Am I just not attacking at the right moment? Try here. either it's invisible, although that wouldn't really make any sense, because then I would be able to hit it, right? So maybe it's underground or something? I mean, it sounds like it's running. I don't think that I'm actually missing it. Maybe do I have my torch equipped? I don't think that does anything, though. Maybe I'll just start attacking even before he does something? Or before he arrives here? Let's try that, maybe. Oh, he's coming. No. That's definitely not it. I want to stand around here trying to figure this out for like all eternity. But there isn't really any other way to deal with this. I can't summon my spirits here. I don't have magic or anything that I could use. I wonder if there's some way to make them visible. Or is there? I mean, I don't have anything that could potentially interact with it, right? Or, wait. Oh. I forgot about this item. This is what the first boss dropped, right? I didn't realize yesterday. I completely forgot to look at it. Ah, okay. So now we have a talisman pouch. A small withered bag knitted by hand. Bestowed upon the ruling lord, or those attempting to become lord, by the elderly finger reader. Okay. Increases talisman equip slots. As the voices of the two fingers, finger readers are said to live lives eternal, and one is even supposed to have served as a wet nurse to royalty. We did get this from the boss, though, right? So he was part of the two fingers at some point? Or how am I supposed to understand this? Finger readers. Finger readers. Lives eternal. Yeah, I really wonder what this... what it means that the boss dropped this. I mean... I'm really not sure who actually belongs to the two fingers and what their entire order is about, right? I feel like there is definitely some sort of weird... I don't trust them, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Bestow pouches to lords. Or future lords. So many questions that are hard to answer with this. I honestly have absolutely no idea how I could deal with this thing here. Oh, I completely forgot about these notes as well. Well, I don't know where the Mistwood is, so this doesn't help me anyway. Someone lurks among the Waypoint ruins on the roads through Limgrave. Waypoint ruins. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just leave it be for now. Oh, I should probably mark it. I always forget that we can do that. So I already marked this thing, right? There is still an item. Could actually go and grab it. Let's see. Now I'm here, right? So let's put a, not this one. Let's put a marker down so that I know that there might be something special here. I guess. I'll guess I'll use the diamond for now. Treasure chest would also work, right? In terms of, you know what? Let me actually. Can I change it? Yeah. Okay. Let me change this one as well. Also, this is still weird to me. The fact that these skulls are sort of randomly respawning throughout the world. What a weird way of giving you rooms. So I guess I have to. I'm probably able to just walk towards that other island. Also, I can't resummon the spirits, apparently. I just noticed. So if you've done that once and then walked out of the range of, well, whatever it is that determines those spirit summonings, you can't summon them again? Yeah, I'm still incredibly confused about that mechanic. So that's where the places where we started, right? Essentially, yeah. I more or less checked out this area already, right? Let's just continue on the beach for now. Who are those guys? I don't think we've seen this type of enemy yet. Are they actually apes? They look like apes, don't they? Kind of reminiscent of the ones in Sekiro as well. A bit more beast-like, maybe? I mean, they're able to wield weapons, essentially, right? So... Cave, try left. It's probably behind the bend, right? Or are they talking about that giant cave up ahead? I wonder what their deal is. They look very human-like, but with ape heads. This doesn't look like you're able to get to the island, though. Oh, that cave, okay. Well, I guess if this is like some smaller dungeon like the other ones, I guess we can try this one first. Because I was looking forward to doing like another one. Coastal cave, okay. Does it have a site of grace though? It does. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. I guess we can just rest here. there's nothing that won't will be respawned that will be annoying or anything. I don't have enough to level, right? Maybe I could level with the runes. Let me think. How many do I need? 1,800 would be 9. I don't think I have that many. Nope. I have 2. Never mind. Okay. I wish these summoning pools had some sort of effect going on that would tell you that they're functional. It's kind of weird that they don't. Weird choice. So far, pretty straightforward. I think that's another one of these ape things, right? I feel like there will be another one somewhere. Also, I kind of think, yeah, there's something down there, like a bigger one. I do think, especially since they're definitely promoting stealth in this game, I feel like the sound effect when you get a backstab is a bit too much, quite honestly. Simply because, well, I mean, obviously, the enemies don't hear that sound effect, right? It's a sound effect for the player, but it's a bit loud, I feel like, for something that's supposed to be stealthy. Holy shit, this cave is dark. Oh, seriously? I hit the frickin' wall. Did he... Also, there is some kind of other status going on top. Like some kind of scroll with an X. What are these weird symbols that are very, very hard to explain? Huh. I honestly thought that his scream would make the others come running. But I guess not. It's kind of insane to me how dark this cave gets when you change to your shield. It's kind of... I mean, think about this, right? If the messages wouldn't be here, there would literally be absolutely no way to tell where you're going. I like that. I like that they're making you use, like, a torch, right? Definitely a very cool effect. So there's this guy here. Let me just do this. Bye-bye. Wait, what? Aren't there, like, other enemies here? Yeah. Why? Didn't you care that I killed your buddy? Glass shard. What is that? They're carrying around glass? Here. Glass shard covered in dirt. Because it sparkles in the light, it might be mistaken for an object of value when seen from afar. It cannot produce light by itself, essentially worthless. Okay. Sure, I think. Always like getting stuff that is literally worthless. There was still... What is that? What are they doing? Or there's a couple of them. I think those are just normal enemies, aren't they? That one isn't, I think. Oh yeah, well, I mean... I guess they're trying to make me scared of them or something? That was the guy that I killed up top, right? Land, octopus, something. Wait, why is there a summoning sign here? I mean, I guess that might be some sort of boss room, although this time it doesn't have... Oh no, never mind. These never have fog walls when you first enter them, right? It's a very small cave. Why is there a summoning sign here? That's an NPC, right? Old Knight Istvan. What are you doing here? Old Knight Istvan. Summoned in the coastal cave. What an interesting choice. Why? I mean, sure. Why not? Also, I want to see if I enter this area, will I also be able to summon the spirits? Because that would be interesting. I guess I want to put away the torch, right? I don't think I need it in this room. Yes, I can summon the spirits. So I'm pretty sure... Okay, that's the boss. He just goes apeshit on these guys. Oh, there's another one that comes running. Oh shit! Oopsie. I thought I changed to the flask, but I changed to the fire pot. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. It's certainly not it. Also, the fuck. Now I need to. Let's see. Equipment. I probably should go through the cave a bit more slowly now because... Yeah, let's unequip these things. Again, I like the concept of the spirits. I feel like it's a bit weird. Like, it makes the boss fights pretty chaotic, doesn't it? Another glass shard. I don't know if it's a good idea to just jump down here. Guess the other two just don't care. Okay. Let's try this again. Should I try... What? Oh. I didn't think they would actually come after me. I guess I can just try the Wandering Nobles again, huh? Yeah, I don't... Oh. My runes are here, huh? I don't know whether or not the... What the? Oh, that's cool. Huh? He gets blasted. Okay. Oh, I see. He's hitting him with the fire. Alright, first one's dead. Oh. There are a couple more normal enemies here now. Where is he? Why is that knight? Okay. Enemy felt tailoring tools. Tailoring tools? And a sewing needle. I wonder if that means what I think that it means. Okay. Yeah, so... the spirits and cooperators make these fights a complete and utter mess. Like, it's just literal chaos, right? There was like... I mean, together with the spirits, the summoned thing, and me, there was 7 people in this cave hitting enemies. And then the enemies were also a couple, right? Because there was 2 bosses and then a couple of those normal ape things running around. And that just means utter and complete chaos. I kind of like it. I mean, it's definitely neat for a boss like this, right? For the main, like, boss in Stormvale Castle, I still feel like I sort of brute forced my way through it, right? I feel like maybe it would have been cooler to actually learn his attacks and stuff, just because you, I don't know, take in the game design a bit more, right? This morning I looked like at a video on Twitter where somebody was fighting him like in a very like cool style. I mean, they clearly were already pretty experienced with the fight, right? And it just looks really cool. And I like that, like, Margit's design and the attack patterns and stuff like that, right? So, you know, with that, it's a bit different. But here, if it's just some sort of, like, optional boss in, like, a cave like this, right? It is pretty fun that you can just, you know, do this and go absolutely ham on them. I wonder if you can sneak up on him or something if you take the left path through the bushes. Maybe you can get in like an early hit. But yeah, it's the problem is I feel like FromSoft's biggest issue has always been multiple enemies, and also, you know, in the past as well, if you were doing multiplayer or summoning NPCs for that matter, it was always a bit weird, right? It never felt truly as if the AI was properly designed for it. I do think they've done a couple of changes here that facilitates that at least a bit more, because what I definitely saw with Margit, for example, is that I guess it's a he, right? He sort of dynamically switches targets. So especially with his long wind-up attacks, if he was targeting my cooperator and I was attacking him like a lot from the back or whatever, right? He wasn't really paying attention to me at that point, but he could change his target while he was doing an attack, right? Or he sometimes would even, like, he has this backside attack because he has that weird tail thing that also looks alive, right? So what he would do is essentially he would target my cooperator, the magic user. What was his name? What was his actual name? Let me double check this. When did I write that down? Sorcerer Rogia, or Rogia? Rogia, I think. Sorcerer Rogia, yeah. So Margit would go ham on him, right? And I would hit him from the backside, and then he would suddenly just do his back attack to fend me off, essentially, and then switch to me properly as a target. So they've clearly done stuff to facilitate multiple entities being there hitting the boss, or trying to hit the boss, right? So that does work out in a way, but it does still feel fairly chaotic. And maybe that's just inherent, right? You can't really get around that. I mean, in a situation like this, with, 12 or something entities in this cave, essentially fighting all at once, that is certainly something that you'd be hard-pressed to make less chaotic, I guess. Once again, one of these weird stone things that hasn't been explained so far. I wonder if this is somehow connected to the summoning pool or something. Maybe as some sort of barrier? So beyond this point, the summons will disappear? No, that wouldn't really make any sense. It's just weird to me that you have these, this weird thing everywhere, and it's sort of just not explained. It's always in boss rooms, at least in these caves and stuff, but seemingly it doesn't really serve any purpose. It's just a part of the environment, but the fact that it exists, I really don't know what to make of that. Also, before I forget, I should probably look at the items that I actually got here, because those were interesting, to say the least. Because they are also key items. Enables armor adjustment at sites of grace. Am I getting this right, that we can essentially transmog in this game with these things? A portable set of tailoring tools enables armor alterations at sites of grace. Although maybe it's not transmog. Maybe it's so that you can insert these ashes of war into armor as well? Maybe there's something like that. A large sewing needle curved like a fang. Bok, the demi-human's prized possession. Who? Oh god, I hate this pen that I'm using. Bok, the demi-human. Is that what this boss was called? Shit, I didn't actually catch its name. Because it didn't really... There was so much chaos going on screen that I didn't take a look at the names on the boss's health bar. Who is that though? Who? Sewing needle. Okay. Yeah, I do wonder what this means. Because I think we were already capable of... No, wait. We're not. Armor enhancements weren't a thing in this game so far, right? At least not in terms of +1, +2 and stuff like that, like in Dark Souls. So I wonder if it unlocks that, or if it does something else. Also, this cave continues beyond this return thing? Well, apparently it does. Okay. First time I've seen that. Or does it have like another... This definitely goes upwards. I'm wondering what's up with these these ape guys, because if they're even using sewing needles, they seem to be very intelligent, don't they? Oh, hi. Oh. What's with this cave? Where does it go? It's so strange that they have these return to entrance points, but then also caves that continue? Huh. It really does just have another exit, apparently. Wait, where the fuck am I? Whoa, okay. Wait, this is literally an underwater cave? That's the entrance where... What? Okay, this is awesome. I didn't realize that I was... Can you see the cave? I don't think you can. I wonder how they're loading this. Or maybe it's... No. Because it does seem somewhat far away, but it was quite a long sort of climb back up. That looks cool, by the way. Well, at least now I know how to get onto this island, huh? Oh, small crabs. Hi. Did you drop something? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. First off, crab. Yeah, I see that. This is definitely not something that I expected, that you would have this cave leading you through here. That's pretty awesome how they did that. Again, I'm just wondering how this works in terms of level design, I guess, because how does the game load and unload these assets? Because I feel like how the game world's built, the cave has to be like actually physically leading here, right? I don't think that they can sort of take shortcuts with that. So that's really, really interesting. Well, I guess we're exploring this island now, are we? I hope there's a site of grace here, so that we are able to teleport back to it. I mean, I'd imagine there is. So far, fairly unspectacular island. I would have never thought in a million years that they're using a cave that sort of goes underneath the water to connect this island to the rest of the game world. What a cool choice. It's also a pretty unique one at that, I feel like. I mean, underwater caves exist in games, sure, but I do think this is sort of the first time that I've ever seen a game connecting like different parts of the world like this. So there's the site of grace here. I wonder if there's some sort of deeper point to being here. What is that? It's a giant thing. What is that? Is that a dead dragon? Alright, let's let's do this first before we get killed and lose all our runes or something. let's see. Alter garments. Altered. What does that mean? Wait. Cloth head wrap worn under a church confessor's black hood. Such hoods are made for blending in with the darkness. What am I looking here? What am I looking at? So you can change its appearance, but it also changes its stats. Essentially, I'm removing the black stuff around it by doing this, and it just decreases all its stats. It also does decrease weight, though. Oh, okay. And then here as well. Oh, it removes the cape from it. Okay. And it also just... Well, it decreases weight, but also decreases stats. All of them. I think... So there's no way of actually comparing stats here for some reason, though. What a weird UI. So I was sort of right and sort of wasn't. It is actually something to, I guess, look more fashionable, right? We're backed into Fashion Souls, I guess. But in sort of a weird way. So the alterations that you can do are quote unquote realistic ones, right? So when it dropped from the boss, I first thought that maybe it would be something to actually transmog stuff, right? Make armor look like a different one. I mean, I already thought that it potentially might have some limitations. This is quite limited, although obviously it could always be that it gets enhanced over time or something. Because this doesn't really do anything, right? I wonder if there's like other altered versions that you can unlock through something. Because removing the cloak, well, it definitely changes the appearance. So that's cool that you can do that. The fact that it decreases its stats obviously isn't great, and the cloak is the coolest thing about this piece, so I definitely won't do that. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what other options there will exist throughout the game. Also, I still haven't found another golden seed or anything like that. I need 2 runes. Well, that's unfortunate. The amount of runes that you need is already pretty high, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna go for 1 more point in dexterity so far, so I can level up dexterity to 16 as well, because I want to use that cool crossbow. Although I have no idea where I would get additional bolts for it, but I hope that it can also use normal bolts, obviously. Should I explore the island first? I mean, we rested at the site of grace, so even if I die, I'll just respawn here. That's clearly a dragon. Church of Dragon Communion. Did it get the name after it was destroyed? Because it very much looks like it was destroyed by the dragon that now apparently is its purpose. Church of Dragon Communion. So can we talk to it? Is that the implication here? Also, what are these statues meant to be? I guess they were once meant to be dragon heads or something? Why are they destroyed? I mean, well, another explanation might also be that maybe the dragon was dwelling on this island, like as his home or something, and the church was built as a place of communion with the dragon, place of worshipping the dragon, maybe. That's also the original purpose of these statues, most likely. And then somebody or something came in and killed the dragon, destroyed the church in the course of doing so, and then afterwards defaced all of these statues. I'm saying someone or something because it could have also been those ruins. I mean, the way the ruins in the back, right, the ones that supposedly fell from the sky, the way they look like, there is a slight possibility that when they fell from the sky, they literally just hit the dragon. It died from that hit and then just crashed into the church, right? So it wasn't necessarily someone. It could have also literally been, I guess, those ruins that might have killed him. Examine altar. It does have lion heads on it, though. So, if this place was originally meant as a place of worship for the dragon, if we're assuming that that is true, that would also mean that the original inhabitants or lords or whatever Stormwell Castle, since they have the lion as their crest, right, that they communed with the dragon, potentially? Although these lions do look different from anything we've seen in Stormvale, though. Interestingly enough, no items or anything to be found here. Other than this huge piece of ruin. Oh, that's... The messages sometimes look like skulls, because you only see the white light shining, right? You think it's a skull. It's kind of hard to tell what's up and down on this piece of ruin, though. I think I can hear one of the Scarabaeus things. Well, those are skulls. Because this... It does look like it's upside down, right? Judging by the arcs on it? Yeah. It doesn't necessarily look like it actually hit the church. But, yeah, as I said, it might have just hit the dragon, and then the dragon subsequently crashed into the church. I guess I'm exploring this island first before checking out the altar. If it even does anything, maybe we require additional items or something to engage with it. I was also wondering, I saw those crashed boats on the sea earlier. I was wondering if maybe there was a way at some point to get to them, or if that's just literal background. Because they did look quite detailed, I would say, to the point where they might become relevant at some point. Why is it sounding like there is... Oh, I think I'm getting closer. Ah, there he is. Can I sneak up on you? Oh, yeah, I can. Somber smithing stone. Also interesting because the white thing, or the, like, since he was white, right? I wonder if it's the same type of thing that runs around on the beach that I wasn't really able to kill for some reason. Also, this is the first time that we got something like that, right? A somber smithing stone. Reinforced special armaments to +1. So it's twinkling titanite in a way? Shard of smithing stone drained of color. Special armaments with unique characteristics cannot be strengthened with colored smithing stones. Number of steps and amount strengthened differ from standard equipment. Okay. So, stuff that I changed, right, in terms of its affinities and stuff. So, things like magical weapons, I guess. One thing that I'm still a bit on the fence about in terms of these ruins is that they literally, for the most part, don't really do anything. They're just these huge pieces of rock that are lying all over the world, I feel like. Exalted flesh. That's a tool? Oh, temporarily boosts physical attack. A lump of animal flesh pickled in a medicinal solution mixed with fiery spices. Craftable item. Temporarily boosts physical attack. Considered a delicacy in the Badlands, this invigorating repast was for the exclusive benefit of those who they deem heroes. It actually doesn't look too bad. And the description makes it sound like it's pretty tasty. What is that? Huh? This is not an online message. Offer mushroom. What? Why is it... What? Far to the east, you'll find the Cathedral of Dragon. Okay. Cool, I guess? I've never seen a message like this. Huh? Why does it glow so special? Also, why is it floating if it's a developer message? I guess that's a neat piece of information. What am I supposed to do with that? I mean, I guess that means that at some point I'll go, I don't know, somewhere like far to the east and we'll find other dragons? What? Okay, let's examine this altar. Huh? Is this a covenant or something? Ritual of Dragon Communion. Weren't the dragons originally... let me actually check that. I wrote down something about that. Where was that exactly? So dragons ruled in the prehistoric era. That's what we know, and that's, you know, it's a common theme throughout a couple of FromSoft games that dragons at some point ruled the world. I was just wondering, I think at some point we heard something about sort of a bit of the history of creatures that existed within the land. I wonder when that was. I can't really find it right now. Maybe I'm misremembering? Maybe it was just that they ruled in the prehistoric era. I thought that we had a bit more information on that at some point. That they would... I feel like they at some point told us almost like a list of things that once existed in the world and what their purpose was. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Maybe I'm misremembering. I mean, since we're here, I guess we'll just try this, huh? Oh. What is this? Dragon Communion. So I need to offer up dragon hearts? Wouldn't that force me to kill dragons, though? Why does that help with communion? Do they want to die? What? That seems backwards. Why would this Church of Dragon Communion reward me for killing dragons? I would have thought it sort of the opposite way. This is very cool, though. I mean, this is definitely something that I would like to try out. It requires faith. I mean, that makes sense. So Arcane is sort of special magic, I guess. And faith, it requires faith because faith in this case, in dragons, I guess? Or this Church of Dragons. So we have Dragon Fire, Dragon Claw requires 17 faith, and Dragon Maw requires 24 faith. These sound incredibly cool, right? Choose which dragon ability to make thine own. I mean, I need dragon hearts for it. It's not something that I can do right now, but holy shit, this would be cool. One of the incantations of Dragon Communion. Incantations of Communion. Transforms caster into a dragon to spew flaming breath. Charging extends duration. Incantation of those who have hunted dragons and feasted upon their hearts. Theirs is a pure and overwhelming power. Theirs referring to the one that has killed the dragon, or referring to the dragon? So are the dragons pure and have overwhelming power, or are the people who kill dragons pure and have overwhelming power? It's a bit ambiguous, right? Incantation of those who have hunted dragons and feasted upon their hearts. Theirs is a pure and overwhelming power. Or is it referring to... Yeah, Wouldn't it refer to the hearts? Hearts, pure and overwhelming power. I wonder. If they're called pure, there exists churches for dragons. Makes the dragon seem kind of good, right? I mean, so far I don't think we've heard anything that would suggest that dragons are bad in any kind of way or did some bad things. Which is different, wasn't there? Shit, I don't really remember, but in Dark Souls, I think there was certainly something about dragons. Was that Dark Souls? Wasn't there like a dragon that betrayed them or something? When the humans came and the flame was established or something, the dragons, or there was like one dragon or a couple of dragons that betrayed their brethren essentially, and that's why the old dragons got killed, something like that. And then those dragons survived and kind of bonded with humans, but not really, because they were then betrayed by the humans as well, something like that. So far, we haven't heard anything bad about dragons in this world, I don't think. And if they were worshipped, but again, what's the connection here between the dragons being worshipped and then also people feasting on their hearts? Maybe I'm just misunderstanding this communion in this case. Maybe this church wasn't necessarily built because they are worshipping dragons. Maybe it was built because they wanted to commune with them, but the only way to do that was to kill them. That might also be a thing. Although, once again, it heavily depends on, well, how did this dragon in particular die, right? And why is it lying sort of in the church, but the church is destroyed, making it seem like the dragon was the one destroying the church? Or maybe they built... I mean, the church is called Church of Dragon Communion. Okay, so what might have happened is that people discovered that dragon hearts are very powerful, and so they hunted down dragons and built a church where they could then offer those dragon hearts, right? And then maybe this dragon came in because he wanted to avenge his brethren or something, and they killed him here, but the church was destroyed in the wake of the fight. Also a potential thing that might have happened. Okay, Dragon Claw. One of the incantations, Dragon Communion, transforms caster into a dragon to tear through foes with dragon claws. Allows follow-up attack. Incantation of those who have hunted dragons and feasted upon their hearts. So same description as well. Transforms caster into a dragon to bite enemies before them. Such a cool looking thing, right? Cool looking and completely worthless to me right now, at least. So do the dragons turn into stone when they die, I guess? Huh? Why is there one of these jellyfish here all of a sudden? Where did you come from? Do they just exist as sort of spirits on the coast and sometimes just randomly appear? I kind of feel bad walking on the dragon. What's the deal here? Where did you come from? Why is there one jellyfish all of a sudden? I guess they're just sea creatures that live near the coast, is the implication here. I mean, I don't think that they necessarily do anything. This is also still weird to me. That is so weird to me. Why do these skulls that give you literal level up currency, or currency in general, why do they just randomly respawn throughout the world, but everything else respawns when you rest at a site of grace? That's a very, very curious decision. Alright, let's check out this cliffside. And then I guess there isn't really anything more to this island other than, well, the dragon, and us potentially coming back here once we've killed a dragon. Turtle. This just ends, huh? Don't you dare head. Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna die if you jump down. I want to say FromSoft has a really, really unusual way of designing an open world. I mean, obviously it's the first time, but there are a lot of these paths, like this one, right? It leads you down, and there's literally nothing there. It's just a path that exists. Which, in a way, like, that's a very, very cool approach of designing an open world, because, well, that's how it would be in an actual world, right? There isn't something incredibly special around every corner and every nook and cranny, right? Which is a trap that quite a few open worlds sort of fall into, and something I think that Breath of the Wild actually solved in a pretty brilliant way, because Breath of the Wild feels like a world that massively rewards exploration in a way that there's always something to find. But at the same time, it also never really feels like the world is too crammed. Like, Breath of the Wild is, they have such a large world that it works out very well in terms of exploration, I feel like. Right? You have really big sort of mountainsides or really big grassy areas. It never feels too crammed or too, I don't know, everything doesn't feel too close to each other, which is something that I think the Elder Scrolls games sort of fall into, this kind of trap that there's almost too much stuff to look at, and too many caves, too many sort of points of interest throughout the world, right? It just doesn't seem reasonable anymore at some point, I feel like, in the Elder Scrolls games. Although I don't know whether the approach FromSoft took here is better, because now it means that the player is running around all kinds of places and never really finding anything. I mean, the only thing that you can find on this island, for example, is literally the fact that you can commune with this dragon, which, don't get me wrong, it's incredible, it's really cool, I want to do that in the future, but the rest of the island is just sort of background. It doesn't serve any kind of purpose. There's no item to be found there, although that's not entirely true either, right? On those ruins, we found this interesting message that points us towards a cathedral of dragons. Okay, cool, but still doesn't change the fact that the rest of the island is background, right? It just exists to look like a cool island. It doesn't serve any kind of purpose. And again, I don't think that's necessarily bad. I don't know if it is, right? I don't know if it's good or bad that they designed their world in this way, where it has, I don't know, looking back, it makes this island sort of special because its purpose clearly is this dragon and this church and the communion with the dragon, right? And nothing more. And I like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just you have to get used to this style of world design, I think. Maybe we're so trained through sort of bad... I don't necessarily want to say bad open world games, since I haven't really played Ubisoft games at all, those are bad open world games. Really bad ones. But I don't know. Still, you're sort of trained to always find something, right? If I think back at other worlds, it always feels like there is an actual purpose to everything that they built, right? So again, this loop that I did around the island where it leads you down the cliff side, that would have definitely been something where at least some sort of item or special enemy or another cave or something would have existed in probably any other open world game. Here it doesn't. And I think once you sort of get used to it, it would feel very natural and actually potentially, again, I don't know, right? We'll have to see throughout the game. But potentially it would feel just more realistic, better. Sort of putting the focus on the things that actually matter instead of filling the world with useless crap, right? I do like that approach. I do like that it's different in general because it's finally some sort of innovation on open world games. If you want to call it that. Calling it an innovation might be a bit much, but you know what I'm getting at, right? It's just something different. It's a different approach, and I like that. Whether or not it's good or bad, or better or worse than what we've seen in the past, that's, needs to be decided at the end of the game, I feel like. Okay, so, we've communed with the dragon, although, well, not really, since we don't have a dragon heart, so let's go back through the cave, although I could just warp to its entrance, couldn't I? I also probably want to put a marker down that I've cleared it. Now, let me actually go back through it, because I want to know what happens if you use the return to the entrance thing when you've entered the cave from the other side. I suspect that it's still going to take you to the entrance that has the Site of Grace next to it. I mean, it would make sense if it did it. But, well, I want to know whether or not that's the case. Ooh. So, now we're running sort of below the island, but the cave turns around, right? It turns right here. Okay, so now we essentially reversed our direction. Now we're below the water, right? Yeah, it loops around a bit more and goes pretty deep. I do think that it's actually physically, because this path is pretty long, so I do think that it's actually below the water, which also makes sense why the water would be, why there's this water running from the ceiling, which is a very cool effect, because it's literally below the ocean, right? That is so cool. Such a nice idea for a cave. Alright, let's see what this does. Oh, I recognize the picture in the back there. Limgrave. Alright, yeah. It does return you to the entrance with the Site of Grace where you... it does return you to the entrance of the cave that has the Site of Grace. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. Well then, let's return this, continue this way. Is that another vendor? Because there's a donkey. That would be really cool. You can also see the cave from here. I didn't, properly notice it before. Such a cool way. Such a cool way to connect this island. Okay. Well, What is going on here? I think that's a vendor, right? Yeah. Hi. He looks like the other one, just with a different color. I guess they all have different colors.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
No worries. Nomadic merchant. Wait, can I not talk to you? He's selling a bow. Neutralizing boluses. Stanching boluses. Stimulating boluses. An armor's cookbook, too. A broadsword, a club, a short bow, arrows, an iron round shield, lance squirts. Okay. And stone digger trolls. Let's take a look at this. A green bolus is made from cave moss. Craftable item. Alleviates poison buildup and cures poison ailment. Poison accumulates gradually, coming into effect once the threshold is reached. Poison ailment lowers HP in steady increments for a period. Cool. Okay. I don't want to complain about this too much, but a lot of the quote-unquote tutorial parts, or the things that actually explain gameplay elements to you, like the poison in this case, are on the actual items that interact with it. I still feel like these weird tutorial pop-ups that they're doing in the beginning aren't really good. You know, maybe you can do a couple of them, especially at the very beginning, right, in the cave of knowledge. I feel like it's fine if they have tutorial pop-ups there. But once you've done the tutorial, I think the rest should be explained like this, right, in the actual item description. And if they can't find a way to explain stuff through item descriptions, or if they feel like players might miss that or something, put it into dialogue from an NPC or something, right? Don't have these weird pop-ups that completely disrupt the game flow. I don't know why they're doing that, to be honest. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, or maybe they just didn't really care to do it any other way. It's just weird in my opinion. So there's red cave moss as well. Alleviates impending blood loss. Blood loss escalates gradually, causing great damage once the threshold is reached. So how bleed always worked, I think. Take one of these in timely fashion to avoid such an event. And then we also have the purple ones. Alleviates buildup of sleep, which is an effect that I haven't seen so far. I wonder if that, or how that works in PvE. If an enemy successfully makes you sleepy, will you just sort of collapse and they can just kill you? Interesting effect, certainly. Sleep accumulates gradually, causing sudden fogginess and loss of FP once the threshold is reached. Maybe I should read these descriptions before I speculate about them, huh? Even if it does not force the afflicted into true slumber. Take one of these in timely fashion to avoid such events. That's a very, very cool effect. I'd imagine that's very, very cool in PvP, but it's also probably, you know, if you rely on having a certain amount of FP and the enemy suddenly just gets rid of it, yeah, I can see that you might want to avoid that. Causing sudden fogginess. I wonder what that means. Maybe like the screen just fogs up a little bit or something. But that's a very nice effect. I like that something like this exists in the game. And then we have crafting recipes. Contains knowledge of dealing with rot, the application of fire in particular. A record of crafting techniques left by an armorer who served the great general Radan. Acquire the knowledge to craft the following: firebone arrow, a fletched firebone arrow, firebone bolts, and neutralizing boluses. So these things, right? Okay, so General Radan. Never heard that name before. Rot. So what's incredibly interesting to me here is that rot is connected with fire. Because when you hear the word rot, you think of some sort of illness, right? Especially when you think of how rot manifested in Sekiro, right? Where it was definitely some sort of weird illness that was going on, afflicting people when you died enough times. And we already saw a bunch of weird stuff with fire. Mainly that there apparently exist a couple of things that just keep burning, right? Not only the butterflies, but also the people on those poles that look like Marika, or the statues of Marika, that are screaming at certain points. I still don't know when they're screaming, but they're screaming sometimes. And so thinking of the fire as some sort of poisonous illness obviously makes a lot more sense. So maybe they're sort of burning from the inside. We haven't really heard anything about that. Nobody has mentioned it at this point, really. And we also haven't really found anything connected to that. Everything else that deals with fire just seemed like normal fire in a way. And then we also fought that huge giant that looked like it was made out of some coral material rather than stone or wood or something. And he was also on fire. Or he had fire in him. I don't really know. Which maybe means that fire can also be used, or this rot or whatever can also be used to put, I don't know, living soul, or, you know, something that animates these giants. We don't have enough information on it, but this description is really, really interesting, right? Contains knowledge of dealing with rot. The application of fire in particular, right? So fire, according to this anyway, being a subsection of rot. Then we have a club, thick, solid lump of wood. Wielding the striking weapon requires no skill. Simple, primitive weapon that requires only brute strength and persistence to hammer your foe into the ground. Okay. It has the... Oh, so that's what the apes were doing, right? You can do that when you have a club equipped, a barbaric roar. Let loose a bestial roar to rally the spirit and increase attack power. While active, strong attacks change to savage combo attacks. Oh, that's neat that it's connected to the club. Then we have a short bow. A small bow made to fire arrows over great distances. Other than its ability to fire off arrows in rapid succession, it is also well suited to use on horseback. To use a bow, arrows must also be equipped. Skill Barrage. Archery skill using a bow held horizontally. Ready the bow, then fire off a rapid succession of shots, faster than the eye can see. Oh, that sounds cool. And I can use it, right? It only requires 8 strength and 10 dex. Although, I have leveled dexterity now, right? Who sold the longbow? I think it was at the round table hold, probably, right? Maybe the smith or something? Considering that I'm an assassin, I kind of want to get a bow, just to have the option, right? Then we have arrows, unremarkable, bolts, a shield. Iron round shield. An ordinary small round shield made of metal. Heavier than a wooden shield, but boasts higher damage negation. Finely balanced, this shield is easy to use. It doesn't have a skill. Cool. And then we have notes that I have to buy in order to read them. I definitely want to get these crafting recipes. Maybe I should actually... I think the other merchant is also still selling crafting recipes that I haven't got yet. And I guess we also want to get these. How much is that? 600, 1,200, 1,800. Okay. It's not that much. I could just farm that, or I can sell stuff. Let's see. This is worth 200? Wow. Huh. So I have 309. Let's see. Let's sell 5 of these, because I still don't really know what I'm supposed to do with them. These also aren't as great as I thought they would be. But I can keep them, I guess. I mean, we can sell a couple of these as well. Let's see. We can already sell a bunch of these already. Although, you know what? Nah, never mind. I'll keep 30 as the threshold for items. For now, anyway. We don't have that many of these, though. Anything else we might be selling? I wonder if I should go for this halberd at some point. It looks pretty cool. Okay. 700. What did I say? I need 1,800, right? So this would give me 1,100. I definitely have enough. I need 6. Ah, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Although... never mind. Okay, let's buy these crafting recipes, let's buy the short bow, and let's buy these 2 notes. And then I guess we can just buy a couple arrows for the rest. Because I don't think I actually have arrows, now that I think about it.
Done? Well, be on your way then.
I wish I could talk to him a bit more. Also, I think the cloth on the donkey is also of the same color as the merchant itself. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at the notes first. I like also that they're, that you keep this stuff, right? It doesn't just unlock the crafting recipes, you can still look at the description of it, right? And where it potentially came from. Very much like that. Short bow, arrows. Yeah, so these are all bolts, these are arrows. But at least now I have a bow and I can shoot arrows. Wondersphere, waypoint runes. Land squirts. Notes sold by a nomadic merchant imparting knowledge and brief. Land squirts are soft, where they touch the ground, and poison will cause them to rupture. Well, now I need to know what land squirts are. Maybe those are the weird things that we found in one of those... right next to the... What is it called? Church of Ella or something? Like one of the first... Where the first merchant sits, right? Right next to it is like a very, very small pond or lake. Well, not real lake, like a small pond. And there's these 2 pulsating, slimy things in it. Maybe those are land squirts? What does this mean, though? Poison will cause them to rupture. Seriously, you buy a node, and then it actually sort of gives you more questions than answers? Huh. Poison will cause them to rupture. Aren't they... Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong enemy, but because they were spewing poison themselves, why would poison rupture them? Land squirts. They're soft where they touch the ground. No idea what this is referring to be completely honest. I mean, squirts? Is that like an animal that I... One second. Oh, for fuck's sake. Is there some kind of meaning to that word that I don't know? Well, there is, but... Well, okay. Yeah, no idea what that refers to in the context of this game. There is a sea squid, though. Absolutely no idea what this refers to. And then we have another note. The heads of the Stone Digger trolls bear old wounds. The Stone Digger trolls probably being those large enemies. Okay, that's actually useful. Because that means, so if I guess if you hit them with some sort of ranged weapon, can you actually target the head specifically? I'm not entirely sure about that anymore. But yeah, if you... I guess if you take a ranged weapon and just try attacking their head, maybe they just collapse or something? That's a useful piece of information. Huh. Cool. Huh. Very, very cool. Also, can I equip the bow without... Ah, shit. Yeah, now I'm fat rolling. If I unequip the torch, still fat rolling. Let's go back to my original boots and equip the bow. I didn't really feel like this mattered anyways all that much, to be completely honest. I mean, sure, the physical defense thing is different in this case. So the multiplier here changes from 17 to 19%, so it's about a 2% damage mitigation gain, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. It's not really worth it, in my opinion. Now we have the bow. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. Cool. I mean, that area over there certainly looks very, very interesting. So many skulls here as well. Since I acquired those new crafting recipes, I do kind of would like to go back and farm stuff from the other merchant as well. So smoldering butterflies are definitely very, very useful for crafting stuff. And now I can also craft neutralizing boluses with herba, cave moss, and great dragonfly heads. That does mean that you need those dragonfly, or kill those dragonflies, right? That is a huge waterfall. Oh, also, now we're actually close to these weird wind things that I saw earlier, where I was actually, you know, these almost look like wind things that would be available in like Genshin Impact or Breath of the Wild to fly up with your glider, but since we don't have a glider, well... Oh! You know what? I think I know what land squirts are now. Well, I mean... I don't have any way of, poisoning them, though. God, the blood on the ground is kind of insane. Huh. Do I have a way of poisoning enemies? I don't think I do. I wonder if I can drop something special. Now I want to know what actually happens when you poison them. Oh, that was close. Why? Why do I get this tutorial now? I'm just... What? See, this is what I... Why? I mean, it's nice that we... Like, that I now know what these things do, but... Why now? Jump while on horseback near a spirit spring to ride its current high into the air. You won't take damage from jumping into a spirit spring while on horseback, even from great height. Exit the spirit spring while on horseback, spirit spring, jump. Yeah, cool. I just wish that you wouldn't have told me that while I was fighting enemies. Also, are these respawning skeletons? Whoa! That's something else. Oh, for fuck's sake, can you stop alternating your attacks, you... Okay. Sure. Oh, they have... Yeah, they're respawning. Well, at least now I know how to deal with these respawning skeletons. So I like that. Seriously, didn't I technically venture closer to this thing? So it doesn't have any effect when you're not on horseback. I do like that, though. Such a dumb... I mean, it wasn't really a big deal, but still, why? Why would you not include, like, a trigger or something where it doesn't pop up the tutorial when you're still fighting or something like that? How would you make it work like that? Gold pickled foul foot. The fuck is that? So I guess you can't actually continue here? No, that looks like you would die. I like the sound. Once again, the sound design of this game is probably the best thing that it has. Not that other stuff is bad. I'm just saying, right? The sound design is just pretty cool. Because they're using like other sounds to what games typically do, or maybe they altered them in another way. I don't know, but It's certainly... That was also a cool effect, how the wave just came in. It's certainly... This deep rumbling is something you don't normally hear in games when you're close to waterfalls. Alright, let's take a look at this whatever thing that we got. Boosts rune acquisition for a time. Okay. Gold pickled fowl foot. 4-toed foot of a fowl, pickled in a golden medicinal solution. Boosts the amount of runes obtained from defeating enemies for a certain duration. Since old times, the needy would scrape the meat clean, even from a fowl's claw. Foul, huh? Okay. Interesting that you're using the word foul. This is a craftable item as well. So there's quite a few crafting recipes that I haven't found yet. I mean, that's cool. It's interesting to me that an item like that is craftable. I mean, obviously it depends on the items that it needs to be crafted, right? Maybe they're fairly rare. But if you can farm them, would probably be a good idea to use that as often as possible. Alright, let's see how this works then. Ooh! Oh, that's cool. Or not. The fuck? So you're... What? I thought it would automatically aim wherever you're supposed to go there. The horse can't fly. Ah, shit. Now I'm on... okay. What the fuck? Oh wait, where's the exit? There it is. Oh, this cave is so freaking dark. Holy shit. Okay, that was kind of dumb. I don't know. See, like, what? I wish the tutorial would have told me that. The fuck? I honestly thought that it would automatically just shoot you upwards to wherever you're supposed to be. Can I collect the fire? Yeah, I can. What a weird thing! Okay, so... Well, how does this work then, though? I guess I need to aim towards the other one? So let's see, where's the other one? Over there. I kind of want to start off in that direction, I guess. Except that the second one just didn't work. All these things aren't even attacking me on my own, I guess. Skeletons are, though. Ugh. Okay, so I can just stand here. Interesting. Yeah, so you want to aim first. I wonder if you can enter that cave with water spewing forth, but... Wow, holy shit. I wonder if you can get onto the building. I don't think you can, because it doesn't catapult you forward quite far enough. See, like, why wouldn't the tutorial include something along the lines of, oh yeah, by the way, aim before you jump? Okay, I guess. Well, this was somewhat interesting in terms of exploration. I mean, we managed to pretty much explore the entire beach. There's still this weird thing that I wasn't really able to deal with, the white running thing on the ground. I'm still really confused why I was able to summon spirits on the beach here. Seemingly, that didn't really make any sense, because the only two enemies that existed there were those weird squid things. So, cool, I guess? And there isn't even, like, in this area, right? You think that it maybe was a bug with this cave? Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, so the places where you can summon spirits seem completely random and not attached to anything. So far, right? I'm not saying that they might not have, like, maybe at some point I'll actually discover what they mean. But so far they seem completely random. Also, one thing that I just noticed is that these golden things that point into some direction, they don't exist anymore right now, huh? But I mean, I guess that's mainly because I want to, like, the castle was my destination, right? And now I just need to get through it. Yeah, so I guess now we're continuing down this way. One thing I do want to do, though, is check out the stuff that I still need to buy from this merchant. I think I'm still missing one piece of crafting recipes.
It's you again. Always a pleasure. Care to purchase anything?
I also kind of wish that the items that you already received would just disappear. That's a bit strange. So yeah, the only thing that I'm still really missing except for, you know, maybe if I wanted to get the armor at some point. But these things are still missing. Missionary's Cookbook. How many runes do I still have? That's actually enough, right? Let's just sell 4 of these. And then I can buy it. So now, out of the 2 merchants that I know of, I think I bought everything I can in terms of unique items.
Nice to do business.
So that's cool. Let's take a look at this. So now we can do, or craft, a holy water pot. Uses FP, throw at enemies to inflict holy damage. I don't like that it uses FP. Does it say how much? 5, okay. Okay. Craftable item prepared using a cracked pot. Enchanted by incantations of the Golden Order. Judging by the symbol on its front, that means that the Golden Order symbol are these 3 rings that you can see on the title screen? I mean, I guess that makes sense. Consumes FP, throw at enemies to inflict holy damage. Highly effective against those who live in death. Even preventing them from rising again. So effective against the skeletons? The Golden Order has no mercy for those who trespass beyond life's bounds. So, some information about the Golden Order, I guess. No mercy for those who trespass beyond life's bounds. That was something that, was it the monk-looking guy in the Round Table Hold? He mentioned something along the lines of having no mercy against people who essentially defy the 2 fingers, Something along those lines? No mercy for trespassing beyond life's bounds. That is very interesting to me because the beginning of the game made it seem like there was some sort of event. I mean, the Golden Order, isn't that sort of the original order of the world? How's that connected? So, aren't the two fingers somehow they are trying to uphold this Golden Order, right? In a way? Maybe? And they're also helping the Tarnished. But in the beginning cutscene, we saw Tarnished being brought back to life, or at least invigorating them with new life. Something along those lines. So, if the Golden Order has no mercy for those who trespass beyond life's bounds, why would they help the Tarnished? Or I guess, maybe they actually didn't trespass beyond those bounds. Maybe it's because they're trapped in that cycle or something? Weird. And then, well, the roped one as well. Enchanted by incantations, a short rope that aids throwing has been secured around the pot. The rest of the description is the same, right? Yeah. And a glowstone. No, we were able to do that before, weren't we? Bone arrow, fire, bone arrow, bone, bolt. I mean, it's cool that you can craft bolts, arrows, knives, things like that, the fire pot as well. I'm just not a big fan of these stones. Still don't really know what their purpose is supposed to be. I also thought that maybe the ruin pieces that you can find would be useful in other crafting recipes. They might still be, right? There seems to be quite a lot of other crafting recipes still left to be found. And I still have that debuff, and I have absolutely no idea what it means. Very, very weird. 1 second. Okay. I mean, I've already tried everything that I have equipped. Why would that be some sort of permanent effect on you? It doesn't really get explained at any point and just sort of exists. Okay, so let me think about what to do next. Since we sort of have everything here now, it might be a good idea to look at this place. I mean, that's sort of opposite of where it just was, right? So, guess it might be another interesting location. So, in terms of this exploration, right? One thing that I'm still on the fence about is that I feel like it's not really bringing me forward that much in terms of character strength. Right? I mean, well, that obviously is also partly on me, since I'm using runes to purchase items, and I'm well, the things that I'm speccing into are things that might only be really important to me in the future and not right now. So, you know, I'm kind of purposefully almost like I'm not doing it on purpose. It's not my goal, but a side effect of how I'm playing currently is certainly that I'm not necessarily increasing the stats that help me fight at this precise moment in time. That being said, though, I mean, I don't know. Is there... Actually, that other sword that I have, that's technically a bit stronger than the one that I'm using right now. What kind of requirement did it have? 16 strength, right. I'm not that far away from that. So I might go for it. The problem with this sword, though, is this is already a +2. And there's... I don't know. See, this is already something that I find a bit strange. That there isn't a way for you to... I mean, maybe there is, and I just don't know it, but I feel like there should be a way of farming materials to get weapons to +1 or to +3 rather, right now? I mean, when you think back, I found that sword like 10 hours ago, and I don't even want to use it really because that would mean giving up on the sword that already has a +2 on it. Oh well. All I can really do is just continue exploring, I guess. I could just go to Stormvale Castle, right? That's definitely still a goal on the horizon. But... Alright. I am going to take a lunch break here in a short while, so probably not going to stream much further, so I just want to sort of briefly check out what area I might go into next. So this is this marshlands, morasty looking area. I wanted to check out the other side of the beach first, but I don't think I can get down to that particular place just from here. And also, yeah, I really want to know what other things exist within the Stranded Graveyard. But it does require 8,000 runes to buy the 2 required stone swords. It's just quite a lot. I wonder why that's so expensive. I feel like that's a bit of an overkill. But yeah, I mean, if I wanted to go down this area... towards the beach... it doesn't even look like it's necessarily possible. Right? Now that I'm looking down towards it. How many runes do I have? 5. Oh, right. I just spent all of them. That's the beach down there, so... Wait. Oh, I always forget. You can probably jump onto this with a double jump, right? Yeah. Whoa! Holy shit, it's hard to do. It's like a dream. It looks incredible, doesn't it? There's a crab down there. Yeah, I wonder where the proper way down towards that place is. Because this beach isn't connected to the other one. And there doesn't seem to be an area that's sort of naturally... I mean, you can certainly jump on those platforms, although I wonder how you can get back up. Also, I find it strange that this cliffside here, the whole cliffside, is actually man-made. Or changed by man, right? It has all these big looking ruin pieces. And these are not the ones that fell from the sky, right? These look like something existed here at some point. But they do seem fairly randomly placed. That's kind of weird, isn't it? I wonder what this was at some point. I mean, some of them might have been parts of a bridge at some point, but most of them look like... Yeah, well, I don't know, right? It doesn't... It's hard to tell what this was supposed to be at some point. Also, the scaling is so different, right? If you look at the church-looking thing on top of the mountain, that's clearly built by human-sized people. These things definitely built by giant people, but that still doesn't change the fact that their arrangement seemingly doesn't make any sense. What a weird thing. Alright, let's do this. Oh, I can see the site of grace over there. Huh. Cool. But yeah, that's it for this stream. I will take a lunch break, and then we'll continue in about 2.5 hours, somewhere around that. Probably 2 hours. Probably earlier rather than later. Because I do have Final Fantasy XIV in the evening. As I think I mentioned that yesterday, I'll probably not stream 14 today, because we have a trial on a new raid member, and I don't really want to stream that. So I'm not going to stream the reclears. They're not that interesting anymore anyways, so I'm just going to focus on Elden Ring right now. I'm going to skip the stream this evening. Yeah, so Elden Ring will return in like about 2 hours, and then we'll go for about another 5. That's when I have to head over to 14 then. And obviously tomorrow there's also going to be a bunch of Elden Ring as well. So yeah, this has been an interesting session. We didn't do that much, all things considered. I mean, we checked out the beach, we did that one cave and the boss within it. We got a sewing kit and a needle that can alter the look of clothing, but in sort of a underwhelming way, at least as far as I can tell right now. And we managed to find that Dragon Communion place with 3 really, really cool abilities that I might want to have at some point, but they do require dragon hearts to get, and I, well, haven't found a dragon yet that I potentially might want to kill. So yeah, quite a few things done. In terms of the area that we covered, not that much. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like just the amount of runes that you get for a lot of this exploring is pretty low, right? So in terms of leveling up or being able to acquire those 2 stone swords that I need, I guess but I wouldn't even know. Let's say if I purposefully tried to farm runes, I wouldn't even know how to do that, since most enemies really don't drop that much, do they? Maybe it would be even better to try and farm those skulls, although that's kind of weird and a bit too random, maybe? Very, very strange. But yeah, that's it for the stream. Again, I will be back in about 2 hours with more Elden Ring. I hope you're having a great rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are, and I hope to also see you back before the next stream. Until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.